Hey, what's happening? It's Nick with Lone Star Boot Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at some full Quill Ostrich boots from Heritage Boot Company. Now, Heritage Boot Company is located in Austin, Texas, and they focus on vintage design boots inspired from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they're just fantastic. Very intricate work, a lot of overlays and underlays, some tooled boots, fancy stitching. They also have tons of artisan created items, everything from painted gloves to bolo ties to pocket knives, you name it, they've got it. It's just an awesome store with a great selection, and if you ever get a chance to go in there, you're gonna love it. Now, I did a video recently where I visited the shop. I had a great time. It was an amazing experience. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link right here. Now, when you walk in the shop, you're greeted by the boot mavens. These ladies are so nice and courteous, it's unbelievable. Customer service is through the roof. You're gonna get a history lesson. You're gonna try on a bunch of boots. You're gonna get to know everything about the way they do business. You're gonna get to learn everything there is to know about the boots. It's just an awesome time. I can't recommend it enough. And if you're there, check out some of these badass t-shirts too. They have tons of great designs. They're just amazing. Now, I do want to mention that this is a sponsored video by Heritage Boot Company, but that in no way is going to affect my opinion of these boots. I'm going to give it to you straight and let you know exactly what I think. Now, the way this video is going to go down, I'm going to give you a quick unboxing and first impressions. I'm going to try them on, let you know about the initial comfort. Then I'm going to take them out on an extended test, spend some time in them, really get a feel for the boot. I'm going to come back, give you my thoughts, and then I'm going to rate these boots on a scale from 1 to 5 in 5 different categories, which are exterior, interior, comfort, durability, and price. And I give an extra bonus point for the intoxicating leather smell, bringing it to a grand total of 26 possible points. Now, with all that out of the way, what do you say we check them out? Now, when you purchase a pair of boots from Heritage Boot Company, they're going to put them in this nice tote bag. It's canvas. It's got their logo on it. It's really cool. It's a lot better than getting a plastic or paper sack. And then the next thing that I want to show you guys, in my opinion, they have the most awesome boot box in the business. There is nobody out there that has a design like this, and I just think it's freaking awesome. Okay, so first thing when I open up that box, these have an unbelievable intoxicating leather smell. That just shows you what kind of materials they're using. When you get a smell this strong and it smells this good, you know that it's high quality material. Oh, it just smells amazing. Now, this is a nice brown, almost tobacco colored, full quill ostrich with some nice big quills on it. You can see that it's a French toe, and one thing I love about their French toe is it's a little bit narrower than some other companies, and also the welt is squared off right here on the front. I just think that's a great look. But like I said, it's got nice large quills on it, and I gotta tell you, full quill ostrich is known to be a thin, soft leather, and it just feels really high quality, more so than some other ostriches that I've felt in the past. The uppers have a nice overlay on the pull tabs. It's a very soft leather. I believe it's calf skin. That's what it feels like to me, but I'm not 100% sure, but that's my guess. And it's got a real classy looking stitch pattern on it. It's very cool, very classy, understated, but fancy at the same time. And it's done so well. It is such a tight stitching, and I don't see any little frayed ends hanging out anywhere. It's got a nice stack leather heel with a nice thick heel cap. It's a single stitch welt. The sole has their logo right there, and it is held on with a ton of lemon wood pegs. and then the heel cap is held on by nails. Really high quality craftsmanship on this boot. It has exposed seams, but they are done really well. They are super tight up against the side of the boot. It's not going to cause any rubbing. It's not going to give you a blister at all. I don't see it being a problem. It's got a nice leather lining through the shaft, and it's leather lined all the way through the foot of the boot. It's got a nice leather heel pad in there and a hard leather insole, very traditional. And if you haven't tried a hard leather insole, I highly suggest you try it out. It forms to your foot, and believe it or not, over time it actually becomes more comfortable than boots with an insole, in my opinion. These boots are made in León, Mexico. Some of the best boot makers in the world are from León. And I have to tell you, the craftsmanship of this pair of boots is second to none. It is as good, if not better, than any off-the-shelf boot you're going to find. And it's going to be on par with a lot of custom boots you're going to find. And that's one thing that the boot mavens really strive to do for the customer, is give you the custom boot experience with an off-the-shelf boot. You're going to get super fancy boots. You can get them as fancy as you want. They're going to have very custom looking designs with lots of overlays and underlays. They have a selection of hand-tooled boots that is just fantastic. And they're giving the customer the custom boot experience without the long lead time. So now we've gone over all the details of this boot. What do you say we try them on? There's a bird's eye shot for you. Okay, so initially they're a little tight going on, but once they're on, I swear they fit like a glove. And one thing that the boot mavens will do is when you go in, they're gonna ask you what size you wear. And I told them 11. And they explained to me that their boots fit a little bit different than a lot of other boots. And so they gave me a boot to try on without telling me what size it was. And I put it on, and like I said, it went on a little bit tight, but then it just fit like a glove. It fits perfectly. And they told me it was actually a 10.5. So in heritage boots, I wear a 10.5D instead of an 11D that I wear in a lot of other brands. But they feel great. That hard leather insole is fantastic. The arch is in the exact right spot. I mean, they just fit me perfectly. They fit almost like a custom boot would, which is amazing for an off-the-shelf boot. Like I said, you're going to get the custom boot experience without the long lead time of having a custom maker actually make your boot, which takes hours and hours and hours, and a lot of times you'll be on a several month wait list. So I am so impressed with these. They look fantastic. They feel great. I can't wait to go out on the town and wear these around and come back and give you my thoughts. So with that said, let's go do the extended test. Okay, so there you saw my extended test. We took a trip to the Rangers game against the Detroit Tigers. It was my first time at the new stadium. So we went on a tour of the new stadium ahead of time. We walked that entire stadium. I was on my feet for 8 or 9 hours that day, and I couldn't have been happier with these Heritage Boot Company boots. So let's get down to it and grade these things. So let's start off with the intoxicating leather smell. When it comes through with the kind of force that this smell did, it definitely gets the bonus point. For exterior, I'm giving this boot a 5. I love the French toe on this boot. The way that it's narrow and then it's also squared off on the welt up here just looks awesome. I love the stitch pattern on the shaft. It's a very cool design and it couldn't have been done any better. The staining on the stack leather heel and the sole matches the boot very well. It's just a really clean, classic look. Overall, I think this boot just looks outstanding. So let's move on to the interior. I'm giving it a 5. It's got a nice leather lining throughout the boot. The seams are up very close to the side of the shafts. It provided no discomfort. It was very comfortable all day long. It's got a very traditional hard leather insole in the foot, which is my favorite kind of insole. So overall, I couldn't be more pleased with the interior of this boot. Now for comfort, I'm giving it a 4, and I'll tell you why. I wore this boot for almost 9 hours that day and I experienced no discomfort, no foot fatigue at all. It was extremely comfortable. I couldn't ask for a better boot right out of the box. But the reason I'm giving it a 4 is the shaft and the throat of the boot is pretty narrow, which could cause a problem for people with larger calves. For me, it worked out great. I have very thin calves and ankles, so a narrow shaft always does well with me. It prevents the shaft from showing through my jeans or the pants that I'm wearing. It's just perfect. But a lot of you out there might have a problem, and you may want to step down to the Pee-wees that they have, which is a 10-inch shaft, more like a roper, and it's wider and actually fits wider through the foot as well. For durability, I'm giving it a 5. This is a very classically made boot. I don't feel it could have been made any better. It's got a stack leather heel. It's got a nice leather sole. It's held together with a ton of lemonwood pegs. Now for price, I'm giving this a 4. That does not mean that I feel it is overpriced. What that means is this is a boutique boot. A lot of styles are made in very limited runs. They really give you the custom boot experience without the long lead time. And I think it is worth the price that they're charging. This boot comes in at $1,295. The reason I'm giving it a 4 is because it may be out of the price range of some of you who are out there looking for your next pair of boots. But like I said, in my opinion, it's priced fairly for the style and quality that you're getting. So that's it, you guys. I love these boots. Heritage Boot Company is an awesome brand. If you're in the Austin area, make sure you stop by their shop and check it out. They have lots of other things in there besides boots, and you're gonna have a really good time just browsing around and shopping, even if you don't leave with a pair of boots. So that's what I have for today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's watching. You have no idea how much that means to me. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take it easy.